Hey guys, we are back. We are back. And tonight we are going to have a conversation. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. We are definitely here about to have a conversation. We're about to get deep down in the gutter and address some things that are really uncomfortable for some people, but we're going to have that conversation. How dangerous it is to live as a trans woman in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, and actually, I have a friend. Um, Let me see if she's off of work to see if she wants to come by. Hey there, girlfriend. Okay, so listen, guys. If you know somebody that's trans, and you know that they've been through like trauma or something like that, you can come up and share your experience. All right, and before we go on with this show, it stops here. Make sure you get your mask. Queen Tulsa merchandise. Hello, guys. We do have masks. It stops here by Queen Tulsa. Thank you all for supporting so much. We do have our masks that are adjustable. You can adjust the straps, adjust to your liking. I want to thank you so much, and we will be getting justice. And I want to thank you in advance for your purchase. And just remember to always have gratitude, always show gratitude. Thank you so much. All right, so that link is definitely in the chat. So make sure you definitely go on over there and get you your mask. Oh yes, because I need my weed. I'm totally kidding, but no. Okay, so back to the seriousness of it all. I wanna go ahead and just bring up some information. So I'll share some information with you all. Just be patient. I'll have to mute I'll have to mute just so we all can um, be able to hear the news clip. Okay. So without further ado, just give me one moment.
Transitioning is a choice. Being transgender is not. I get a ton of comments on this channel saying how being transgender or transitioning is a choice, so I figured I'd come in and clarify some things. First things first, transitioning and being transgender are two different terms. For this video's purpose, I'll use the definitions that a simple Google search can get you. A transgender person is someone who has a gender identity or gender expression that differs from their sex assigned at birth. Transitioning is the process of changing one's gender presentation and/or sex characteristics to accord with one's internal sense of gender identity, the idea of what it means to be a man or a woman, or to be non-binary or genderqueer. Thanks, Wikipedia. So what does this mean? Similar to being gay, people who are trans don't choose to be trans. They're born that way, and sometimes they don't learn that they're trans until they're much older. I've met people in their 60s coming out. That doesn't make them any less trans. So being trans is not a choice. Transitioning, however, is. Because you can be trans and not currently transitioning. Transitioning is a process of becoming more of your true self through social and/or physical changes And there are many reasons people choose not to transition. The main one being a lack of support and or resources. Maybe you don't have the money to transition just yet, or it's too dangerous to be out and around family. You can transition, and it would be significantly better for you mentally. However, you choose not to transition because you need a roof over your head or you don't want to be working a third job.
All right. So this video is really given a sped up version, but a really broken down version. What why I stopped it was is the closet. You know, you have a lot of people that, you know, have family members that are totally against one walking in their truth, you know. And so being in that closet and then what, you know, you come out, then you could be facing homelessness. So it gets real. Unfortunately, this is how it goes in some cases. You know, in some cases, you have family members that are accepting, that are open to that idea, and like I said, you know, you have other people that just have religious beliefs, and so on and so forth.
It's also good to mention that you can take a break from transitioning. It doesn't have to be a linear process. This is your journey, so take it at your own pace. So I cannot repeat this enough. You are still trans if you cannot currently medically or socially transition. I would never wish this on anyone. And I say that not because I think being trans is a bad thing. I am proud to be trans, and I hope other trans people get to that point in their journey too. Instead, I'm saying this because being trans in our current social environment is like putting on a target. We're considered by others as dangerous, a sin, attention seeking, sick, and many more hurtful and very wrong ways to approach the trans community. I did not choose to be trans. I did not choose to be someone people hate. My siblings die walking down the street. They're murdered for using the bathroom. Oftentimes, it's considered lucky to only be raped rather than killed for not having the right body. My siblings are stabbed, burned, hung, run over, and shot to death. Those names you just saw are the names of people who suffered in these ways during 2020, and there are many more, majority of which trans women of color, and it is only September. The total list of murders gets longer and longer each year, and it does not get any less violent.
So do you really think it's a choice for trans people to want to live their life and have to go out in the public and face people that are evil and that are ready to pounce and pound on them for no apparent reason? Oh, their reason, you're just being yourself. It's gotta, the conversation has to start. You know, me being hit, being attacked, I mean, this man just beating me like I'm some type of punching bag. Like I'm some type of punching bag. The way I felt fucking helpless. Oh, I just, I don't know. It was just a lot going on. My emotions were everywhere. The way I was feeling was, let me protect myself. Let me protect myself. Let me protect myself. He just would not let go. He just kept striking me, striking me. They pulled him off of me. He found his way back to strike me again. repeatedly. My sister that did that, with that broom, that wooden pole, that took me that took me back. I'm like, what is going on here? I just really couldn't believe it. Why me? I had just got my hair cut, feeling good about myself. I thought I had cut off all the stress, but little did I know, as soon as I cut my hair off, I was going to have another situation to face. And that was be abused. My own husband don't even hit me. Another man put his hands on me, beat me, and I'm supposed to be okay. I'm supposed to just shake it off, toughen up, get back in the game. You try being in a situation where you get beat on like you're a punching bag, like you're a personal punching bag, while people are yelling slurs at you, degrading you, dehumanizing. I feel like an animal. I feel like a bug. I didn't feel human. I did not feel human in that moment. When one get an object to, be aggressive with it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to get hurt. You know what I mean? I'm about to get hurt. These people want to hurt me. And I was hurt unexpectedly. I felt my life was in danger. If you ever felt like in danger, like your life was in danger, that's how I felt. But you know what? I say, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to fight for what's right. And I'm not going to give up my power. Like, no matter what the situation is, it's been a journey and I could have given up a long time ago, you know, but I'm still here today. So that means that I still have work to do. I felt let down. When the police had come, I felt let down. I really did. Like, what was the point? I didn't feel any more human with them than I did with the people that did what they did. And the way that they treated me, it was just like a walk in the park. It was just, it was just another day for them. But then I have to sit and tell my kids, someone attacked me. Your daddy didn't attack me. Someone else did. And mama promised daddy didn't do this, I promise. Because how do you tell your kids, oh, I've been attacked? And they looking at you like, attacked? And I'm not going to tell them the whole situation. You know, yes, mama was meeting a friend and was attacked. That's what happened. The slurs, no, I didn't inform them of the slurs. Mm-mm. Yes, and by all costs, I protect my children. At the end of the day, yes, protect the kids. Give us a moment. We'll be right back. Queen Tulsa merchandise. Hello, guys. We do have masks. It stops here by Queen Tulsa. Thank you all for supporting so much. We do have our masks that are adjustable. You can adjust the straps, adjust to your liking. I want to thank you so much, and we will be getting justice. And I want to thank you in advance for your purchase. And just remember to always have gratitude, always show gratitude. Thank you so much. All right, so make sure you guys get your mask. It stops here. We do have some in stock. The link is posted in the chat. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My adjustable over here is very adjustable. Yes, you can wash it. Yes, very secure, not in my way. I'm loving it. It's my mess. It stops here. Next month is breast cancer awareness. And so, yes, this is a Tahitian blue, but the words are in pink, and that's in representation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My grandmother passed from breast cancer, and my aunt is a survivor. So, pink is for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All right, so mask on, mask off. Okay, now I'm back into it. I'm a strong woman, and sometimes I be trying to figure out like where, how, you know, how do I keep going? How do I keep going? And it's just I've been down, I've been out before, and I made myself a promise. No matter what happens, if I have life, if I have air in my body, I'm gonna keep giving my best that I got every day. I'm not perfect. I am perfect. I'm very perfect. I'm gonna just say it. I am very perfect in my creator's eyes. So I will not tell myself I'm not perfect. I will tell myself I am perfect. Being strong is cool, but sometimes I have my days. Sometimes I have my days, y'all. And I'm learning to take that extra time for myself, take that extra time with my family, take that extra time to breathe, take the extra time to think, you know. Don't make decisions when I'm upset or when I'm in a moment. Try to diffuse and de escalate and come back to it. Because I know, like, the trauma from that attack, y'all just have no clue. Y'all have no clue. Like, my mind space, my feelings, my up and down, my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Just everything. And then to have individuals going and calling these people and saying, this didn't happen, saying this didn't happen. You know what I mean? Hey, LeBron, how are you?
Hey, Queen, how are you doing? I'm good. I finally have some food. How's my
Oh,
audio? Is it all right?
your audio is perfect. I'm glad you got some food in you. And
Yes.
I'm well just over here, informing our audience about the dangers of being a trans woman and, speaking on
Yes.
my past and, how people perceived it and, how they, um, pretty much laughed in my face.
Wow. Mm. And and it was eye-opening to see that. Can I ask you a question? Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is personal, but were well, I guess not. Were you shocked because were you shocked of the type of the community of people that you would get this backlash from?
Yes, I was.
Mm.
I
And
was
then
just,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, I said I was disturbed.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Um, I could see that, and that is disturbing because you would never thought, and just like that live, that's what I wanted to reiterate. Coming here, I never like moving to Atlanta or living in Georgia. I thought it was gonna be a whole bunch of unity, black unity, coming from a state where it was predominantly Hispanic and white centered, but coming to a state that's supposed to be the black mecca of America, the black LGBT of America, but to see so many people mistrust each other here,
Hmm.
to see so many people mistreating each other here doesn't matter, but you see them treat other people of other races better than you see them treating their own, and it's disgusting.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that point up because when this attack happened, um, my ally, my gay, my brother, he said, because he's a white guy, he said, if it had been me, it wouldn't have happened to me. He's white. He said that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And
So
is oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, 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 go ahead. I was gonna ask you, like, was that, how did that make you feel when he said that though? Like,
I felt like we were back in the day, and I was pretty much Harriet Tubman trying to get away, and I had you know people trying to stop me from getting to where I needed to be. But for him to say that, it was like the privilege of it all. It was
Mm,
just like a confirmation of this is if you didn't know then, you know now.
right. I get
It was
that.
like an airbag. You know how airbag pops out?
Mhm. Mhm. After the impact of the accident, yeah.
Yeah. It felt like, that's how it hit me, like an airbag. It's out of nowhere. Like,
Right.
wow, this is really it.
So I'm getting that. I'm also getting that it was very. It was disheartening to hear him say that to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like it breaks that myth of, well, I don't know. I know I'm privileged, but I don't think I'm privileged. They very like even our so-called allies know they're privileged, but it's like with that privilege, it's like, are you really like you're saying that, but are you really my ally at the same time? Because it's like for you to say that and be so like kind of like frank with it, with
Oh
how you
no,
say
I
it like
brought.
that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I actually brought it up because I was like, if it was a white woman, that black man would have been in jail. He would have been in cuffs. And he was saying, yeah. And he said, I feel like, if it was me going in there, giving an example, white male going in there, they're not going to do them like that. They're going to be very nice and polite. And it goes back to what you were saying, our people, because this was black people that attacked me. Our
Right,
people, well, they are the first to tear us down and uplift the other race. Look at some of
right.
these black men and get with these white women and, praise them and disregard and disrespect the sisters.
Yes, yes. And that's another reason. That's the reason why I won't date a black man or a black woman who are colorists, because in my picture, you know, if you see me, my picture, like, yeah, I look more tan in this picture, but sometimes, depending on the time of the season, depending on whatever, if I'm in the sun a lot, but in the winter, especially, I'm considered light brown skinned. So people mistake, they say I'm light skinned. I don't believe I'm brown skinned, but some opinions think I'm light skinned, and I've personally had someone here who said that they were attracted to me because of my light skin color to them, and it was weird. They said that it was, if they were to bring me home, it was like bringing a white person to their house or something like that. And I said, "What?" And they were just gloating like, wow, like I really did something because I'm talking to you, you're light skinned, you're like a prize or whatever. And I think that's disgusting to even say that as a male too, as another male, hearing that from another male. And they don't just glorify these light to white women, they do it to the men too, in
Oh,
also on the other side. So
thank you for that. I didn't
mhm.
know. Okay.
Yes, yes. It was shocking, but it was shocking because I'm not. I come from the West Coast. I know that colorism exists. I knew colorism exists, especially in California. They do that, but it's kind of like an unspoken thing. You see it, it's normalized, but you hear it in spaces, but it's so more frequent here. And I never had that experience and had someone actually say that to me, like it was, like he said it, like he was actually saying a lot, like Sorry.
So let me ask you this: how do you feel about
Uh-huh.
being fetishized? You're a fetish. How
Oh,
does that make you feel? How does that when you're fetishized? Okay, so listen, let's role play right quick. Okay,
okay.
so we're out in the club, we're just doing our thing, and I'm just gonna role play. Hey, my name is John. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Laurent. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I am just so infatuated with your skin. Oh my gosh, it would be such a glorifying time if I just could just serve you. Are you single?
What? Oh, uh, well, let me ask. First of all, you strike me with the skin comment. What is it about my skin that you're infatuated about?
Oh, everybody loves a BBC.
Oh, John. Now I'm assuming you sound white. I'm assuming you're Caucasian. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm Caucasian.
Okay, I couldn't tell, but with that language now, I could definitely tell. Um, Now a BBC that stands for big black
Uh-huh.
peen, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but it's not appropriate to go up to people and use that terminology. I'm not a sexual object. And I don't know, I'm
Well,
gonna have to think
you
about the
have
single
you have on those
question.
shorts. You have on those shorts, and I was just watching you from just across the room. Can I buy you a drink? What can I do to get to that BBC that you're
Uh,
hiding over there in those shorts?
oh, once again, you're taking it into a sexual thing. I'm not looking for a sexual thrill. I'm not here for the fetishization. I'm not the type of person that you walk up to the club and think that you can solicit like that. First of all, I'm a black respectable young man. I
Oh
am
well, you know
looking
what?
for a
You know what? You weren't
relationship.
even worth my time anyway. I'm out of here. Okay, and
Send your merry way. Go ahead, be on your merry way, and go find somebody who is in low self-esteem, another coon that you want. But I'm not this black man here is not your Negro over here.
now you see, you would be labeled the aggressive guy right there. It's like
Angry
we
black man, right?
black men. It's like we could be minding our own business, but we are sought out. And so trans women are sought out. These men that deal with us and engage with us, we are sought out, you know? And
Right.
as far as these like unalivements, it just breaks my heart. Even when these attacks, when I see my sisters being attacked on YouTube videos and people are laughing and they are not taking it serious, it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. There's a lack of humanity that's going around in general. It stems from not only there's so multiple isms, there's multiple things to take. There's the fact that you're black, um,
Mandingo?
trans woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was reading that comment. Evolution 101 said Mandingo.
Yes, the Mandingo. That Terry Crews was a victim of that as well.
Yeah.
Um, and he has a wife, and how disrespectful is that? I mean,
Absolutely.
but back to you. You're a trans
Hmm.
woman, you know, and the
Absolutely.
fact that when you're dealing uh with also female and pronouns of female, it's in this country in a paternal patriarchal society, a negative patriarchal society. It's not even a positive patriarchal society. It's a negative patriarchal society. You look down on the women, you uplift the men over the women, and you feel the men are more suitable to dictate, make all the rules, all the decisions, even if they're wrong,
You know
to
what?
put harm onto the women. Uh-huh.
Right. You asked me a question earlier and I veered off, but I felt like in that situation that I was set up. Like
Mm.
they were trying to unalive me. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I felt
Wow.
like they were trying to unalive me.
And think about the language that they were using. They were trying to substantiate you in a way that you were, it's like white supremacist. You know how they have to make you seem like you're three-fourths of a human, like you're just this object, you're like
Yeah.
you're
Like I was a bug or a roach, cockroach, want to step on me and kill me.
yes, yes. They use that language and to substantiate in their mind like you're less than, you're not redeemable, you're not deeming of humanity. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I look at you like you're other, you're not, you, I don't see you the same as me. I don't, like you said, I see you as some type of insect or something. So I feel like I am in a place to, if I wanted to, I can unlive you or something like that. Like your
Uh,
humanity as if it doesn't matter.
yeah,
That's
I wasn't.
disgusting.
It was. She said I was an it. She called me this it thing, and
Wow.
to be called that, it's just like I wanted to say, "Bitch, I'm fucking human," but I'm just like I can't argue with someone because if two people are arguing, then nobody's gonna know who the fool is. So I just let her
Right.
be foolish, and I say, you know what? I'll have my day in court.
That's
I have
right.
my day in
You handle that. You handle that. You handle that like a classy lady should. And
absolutely.
I was disgusted throughout that video when Yusuf showed that on his channel and I saw that. I wanted to scream and come through that damn that damn video. I was very upset because it's like, no, what are we doing? What are you doing to this lady? What are you, why are you so hostile to this lady that you like, what, where was the hostility? Why was the hostility appropriate against you? You were visiting a friend
Hmm.
in that complex, in that building. I didn't understand why they were so hostile like that. And it goes to show you that you have, when you have a community of people in a class divide, you'll have one that's educated more so, more than the other, and you'll have a perpetual just zoo of our community. And I'm not trying to do a divide amongst us, but let's be real. There, some of us have not gotten that good education, and that goes far. Some of us have not been educated enough to have what's the a sympathy and educational class of other different people outside of our community, outside of our own personal cliques and groups. And the greatest thing of coming up in the late 2000s even,
Oh,
And now is
can
that
I?
you have more dialogue. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to know. Can I play a clip right quick?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, Queen. Did it play?
Yeah, one moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see it. It was playing for a minute and then it went off. So yeah, I guess it's gonna play in a minute.
And a transgender woman says she was the victim of a hate crime and that the Tulsa Police Department has failed her miserably.
But TPD says they don't have enough evidence that what happened was a hate crime. News Channel 8's Bert Mumolo reports on a harrowing incident at a local hotel. Bert.
Brenna, her name is Queen Tulsa, and she says she was simply being herself and was hated for it. The person with the cell phone is Queen Tulsa, who not long before this moment arrived at Woodspring Suites to visit a friend. She says the woman at the desk was immediately hostile.
Why are you yelling? Why are you talking to me like this? And that's when she said, "Get the F out. I'm about to beat your ass in the parking lot."
When she saw the woman holding a wooden pole, she became frightened.
I got scared. I'm not going to lie. I peeped out the door. She was standing, in fact, there. She was blocking me from my car.
No, I'm not going to leave. I called the police and I'm waiting for them to come.
As tensions built, another employee allegedly got physical. Do you consider this a hate crime?
It is definitely a hate crime.
We don't see the evidence that this assault and this treatment was because of her sexual orientation or where she is as far as being transgender.
For one thing, says TPD, when officers arrived, at no time did she say she felt it was a hate crime.
At that time, not really. She was just very upset. She felt like they didn't have rights to put hands on her. They didn't have rights to do this, that, and the other.
And that video of the alleged assault?
The video wasn't on a tripod somewhere else. So it wasn't super clear in that video how this assault took place. So he looked at it and followed up with, "Can you show me how this assault took place?" And she didn't do that. She couldn't do that. She became perturbed with him and then would get away.
And that when the officer asked you to recreate exactly how you were assaulted, you were unable to.
Oh, I don't think that I'm under stress, you know.
She told News Channel 8 she was struck in the neck and ribs and is confident of the motive. Do you think this happened because you're trans?
Oh, absolutely. The slurs, she called me a male. It was just a lot. They were calling me the bro. Get that man out of here.
When it was all said and done, Queen Tulsa was cited for trespassing.
In this situation, she's breaking the law by staying in a private business after being asked to leave. And then when she says no, that business has the right to try to forcibly move someone from that business, and then turns around and says it's a hate crime. So you have these nuances that really are best to be dealt with in court.
They failed me. They failed me miserably.
Feeling traumatized, she says she's sharing her story with the hope others don't experience something similar.
When you think about trans lives, 57 trans people died last year. I don't want to be on somebody's milk carton. I don't want to be on somebody's rest in peace.
Queen Tulsa says that even though no one was arrested, she intends to press charges against the employees of the hotel. We reached out to Woodspring Suites to see if they had anything to say. They told us no comment. Reporting live, Burt Mumlo, News Channel 8.
Wow. Well, that.
So there you have it, child. It was just a lot. It was a lot.
Yes. I mean, I can only imagine if I felt like seeing that again when I saw that again. It conjured up some of the original feelings I had when I first saw that, and I can only imagine how you feel. Like, are you okay? Like after watching that, because I can just imagine how that re-triggered a lot of emotions.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like I was in that moment again.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But I gotta, my due diligence is talking about it, letting people know, like, it's people out here that put their personal feelings even on their job, you know, even on their job.
Right.
I just
I see
don't
that a lot.
understand.
I'm sorry, Queen.
No, I just don't understand because I mean, it's just it becomes too much. It becomes too much, and it's like from our people. I can
Yeah.
go out like to the white side of town or to a white club or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's racist people out there, but I can go out and have a funky good time with them, no problem. Let me go
Right.
hang out in my people's spot, and what I'm saying, it's the dirty looks, looking up and down, and it just be too much. It be too much. It's a difference in how we treat each other and how we treat the other race. I think
Yes,
you said that earlier. I mean,
I
it
did.
comes right
Hmm.
back to that. It comes right back to that.
Yes. I've personally seen it for
Jordan,
myself.
you
You
are
said
going to
two
time
things.
out. Jordan is going to time out. Did you see what Jordan wrote?
No. What did Jordan say?
Child LaRon is cute. What's up, bro? Want a freak? This is listen here. This
Listen,
is not those apps. Okay,
right.
this
This
is not
is if
those apps.
may I suggest you look I'm
And
Jordan,
listen here, LaRon
if
ain't no hollaback guy.
yeah, no. I mean, Jordan, I wanna give you grace because maybe I don't know if you're trolling, but this is a serious conversation. But can I suggest that you look at at Queen Tulsa's last live that we did, and that will let you know a little bit about me. I don't have to go into detail, but we'll move on. Um,
All
about
right,
we'll move on. Yeah.
moving
But
on.
anyways, Queen, I just want to say there was two things that you brought up that was very that really said resonated with me. You said when you brought up the fact when I said that whenever we're dealing with our people,
Uh
you
huh.
have the interaction that like as a black person dealing with a fellow black person, and then versus the when you see them interacting with white people, and then you also or other people outside of black people, and then there's also when they're at their jobs and how they interact and how there's a lack of professionality. I see that all the way up and down this state of Georgia. It's quite disgusting. There's too many of us here for us to be acting like that. But let me just say this too: for a state, and your state uh, as well has been through a traumatic experience historically, right? You had
Yeah.
the Tulsa, Oklahoma race riots,
massacre.
And the massacre, yes, the massacre, not the race riots. I don't know why I said that, but they say race riot. I don't know why I took it, but the
Yeah,
massacre.
that was to like, you know, cater to mainstream media to make them look good, but no,
Mhm.
in all actuality, it was that.
Thank you for correcting and getting us right with that. The
Oh yeah,
Tulsa, Oklahoma race riots of Black Wall Street. I mean,
no,
massacre.
yeah,
Massacre.
yes, that,
Sometimes, yeah.
it's okay.
I was,
You know what?
sometimes my mouth, yeah.
No, I get it. Like, it's. I feel like we have to be the change that we want to see,
Very,
and once we, align with whatever that is, then that's when things are really going to pop off for us. So the information that I got from Jaguar tonight was just, inform you all of the trauma, that I've endured from this situation. You know, a black woman shouldn't be beat by a black man for no
right.
reason at all. Period.
That's why in that thumbnail I originally sent you, it was too late, but I wanted to put that be somehow show that because in that thumbnail there was a black man. There was a family that fought at Disneyland, or was it Disney World? I forgot whether it was Disneyland, but it was a year ago. Maybe it was the beginning of this year. But they were black people, and then there was at one point you see a man and a woman, and you see the man pushing the woman away, or putting hands on the woman. It's out of order. And then there was another picture I had of a man and a woman shouting at each other. There's just so many things we could take from that. The gender war within the community, man versus woman,
Hmm.
the young versus the old, black people in general, light skin versus dark skin. It's the whole. Remember when you brought up the Willie Lynch? It's literally we're living through the Willie Lynch letter.
Hmm. Because you know what?
It's literally
And then, like, even when it comes to, um, you know, our brothers and sisters. I mean, looking California and LA, they are often people like, movies coming out when they were
Mhm.
coming out, like back to back, back to back. I mean, it's just a war. It's a war all over going on. And I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of the solution. I want to be a part of the love. You know, I want to heal. I want to heal those
Right,
around me. I want to love. I want to teach people how to do things. I want to learn from people. Have panels where people come up and be themselves. It's content creators that, oh, don't mention this person on my channel, and oh, don't do. No, you come over here and you be yourself.
right. Yeah. I've seen that a lot too, where they're like, don't mention other YouTube channels, or I don't want no smoke. But that's usually when you have two fan bases, for instance, like Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj, because their fan base are I never understood being a diehard crazy fan. You know what I'm saying? I feel I have celebrities in my family, but I always before that I could care less as long as you were a good person. I could care less about who if I saw you on TV.
Yeah.
I have some stories about some of these celebrities in Atlanta who ain't worth a damn because of
All
they're
right.
morally bankrupt.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's a loss. That's
but
that's that's
but
oh, that's sad.
mhm. And I I appreciate you bringing up that thumbnail, because as you right under it, you saw a black man, and I wanted to elaborate on that. That's why I put that thumbnail of there was a black man that interviewed a KKK Grand Wizard and member, and he was
Mm-hmm.
shaking his hand, and he hugged him. I don't know. I forgot whether or not that was back in the 80s or early 90s, or if that was somewhat recent. Yeah, it's right under. As a matter of fact, it's right under that picture of that family I was talking about that fought at Disneyland. And it's right
Mm-hmm.
there. You can clearly see that cape. You can clearly see the black man next to this white man in a hood, a coward in a white hood. And then you see him hugging him. And then you also see a picture where he's shaking his hand. But I also wanted to throw that as a symbolic gesture, because a lot of black people in our community are white supremacists and working with white supremacists. That's a symbolic gesture. That's a symbolic imagery that I purposely put, because that is a lot of people in our country, not just Georgia, where I feel like that's predominantly going on as well, but just in the South and just America in general.
You know what? I've noticed that too. Like it could be, and this is, my observation. Black cops being around like white cops. Oh, they really get off. Oh, when it's time to take a black man down, oh, they like to use that excessive force. I mean, it be too much. It's like with the law enforcement, those people need some therapists. Like I feel like they need an evaluation. You know, like I
Absolutely.
want to check to see how I can find out which cop's been wrote up and how can I find that information. I'm really gonna go. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere in a direction. In a
Right.
direction.
And
But I know.
that
Oh, go
police.
ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to comment on that clip that you played. I said this the last time. That officer, clearly he does not look like a white man per se. He's definitely not black, but he's of a different community. So this isn't just white or black. This is also non-black, anti-black people in this world roaming around who also don't like us and don't F with us, and we somehow are not even talking about that more. I feel like there's more that's coming out about that, but there's not enough conversations happening where there's even people who join in these spaces of white supremacy. And I'm not saying all cops are white supremacists, because I've worked closely with police officers, and I've seen good and I've also seen bad. I actually dealt with a police officer, a chief of police by the name of Chief Spillane, Joseph P. Spillane. But he's a bad example. He's a drunk, and he was found to be drinking and driving. Yet he made the decision to terminate me because I didn't want my rights to be invalidated here when I was working in the state of Georgia. And he was found to be drinking and driving. He got a DUI, but somehow they brought him back, and he was able to continue to be the chief of police at Georgia State University. But that goes to show you, like, there's somehow different rules for different people, and certain people can get away with certain things while there's just corruption and unjust for innocent people like us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I
Well,
just wanted to talk like have that comment.
let's consider this. It ain't the black man's game. It ain't the white man's game. It's the money game.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
better learn. You best learn, or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.
Okay, so there's authenticity and principles. Like, we have a lot of people that are going against their morals, their values for that personal gain. You know, our people, all people.
Right. Right.
But
Monique
it's
was
sad
right when she said that.
yeah, and they tried to count her out. They didn't want to believe her. She had to explain this. She had to explain that. Why you doing this? No, that's like a master. That's the slave mentality. Oh, don't go complain to master. No, I'm going to complain.
Exactly. Exactly, and that's exactly how they sound. Massa, this ain't right. Let me. I can't do nothing without you, Massa. I can't think
Don't you go in
without you.
there
I
and talk?
can't go
Don't
and
you
fight.
go in there and bring that issue to him? Don't go. All that. All that mess. Child, please.
They're just talking. They're not talking in those lies. They're talking more updated 21st century, but it's the same thing. That's
Exactly.
why I like that you pulled that up, that comparison, because Steve Harvey was emulating I forgot what his character was in Roots, but that was Roots. That's exactly the modern day version. Steve Harvey is the modern day version of that Zip Coon. Okay.
You know what? Us as a community, people need to love. No, they need to love more, hate less. And if you see a trans woman, you don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to say your slurs and all that. Like, it's so inappropriate and it's so unhuman. Like,
Yeah. It's like lack of you're not choosing to see the humanity in a person, period. And for whatever sickness that person has, not to see that, they don't want to see that, they don't want to change. And shame on them. Shame on them.
that is
Shame
true.
on them. Like, and we had a real-time example. I don't know, remember that, I don't know if that comment from that person was actually meant as an example. I don't quite know, or if that was really somebody trolling, but we had a real
Oh,
life
no,
example of that.
Yeah, Jordan's been here before.
Oh, okay. Was that a comment? I don't know if that was a real comment or if that was speak, because we were now that I think about it, we were what do you call it? We were like
You covered that topic on your video.
yes, we role played just now too about that as well.
Yeah.
We role played it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we're not fetishized. Like, that's the thing in the Black community. We fetishized ourselves too in our community. A lot of us with the industry.
Yes. I'm about to bring it up again. Lil Ron is cute. What's up, bro? Want a freak? Yeah, you just then fetishized him. Like, you just then automatically put in your head that, that he's going to accept that compliment and be down to do that with you.
Right. And
See?
you don't
How
know,
does
and
that make
that's
you
the energy.
feel? How does that make you feel right now?
Honestly, I don't. It makes me look at, now I have to look at, I don't know what you are or who you are. I would assume maybe you might be in our community. I don't know. But that's some of the energy that I get here too, anyways, in public, from certain individuals, sick-minded individuals who don't know me, but approach me in that way. I understand what women go through. I understand why the women look scared here. The women avoid eye contact with a lot of these men because a lot of these men are freaked out, sexed out, sex addicted out. It's a lot. That's another thing. It's a lot of sex addiction here. I'm
Oh,
sure
wow.
it goes on everywhere else, but there's a lot. That's what nobody's telling you. There's a man though on YouTube named Walter Lee Hampton. I call him Uncle Walter, and I watch his videos. He warned me before I came here because I watched his videos in California. But you know, me being who I am, I still wanted to, I wanted to experience for myself. And I will heed warning if the warning is enough, but I felt like I can handle it. And I can handle it, but I was warned. But I never thought it was to this extreme capacity. I heard about the DL culture here. I heard about how people weren't using protection. I knew about that. I knew about the the STDs and STIs and that unthinkable uh, thing that we have here that's rampant. That affected a lot of gay people in the 80s, 90s, and stuff, and now still to this day. But we know with medication it does wonders, but still I'm not trying to get that unbeknownst. And but it's a lot of unwanted attention. I feel preyed. I feel like you don't see the humanity in me. You see me as an object. And I understand fully. That's why I fully understand what women are going through. I
Thank you.
understand how you want to mind your own business, but you got to walk around here with a mean mug face because you have predators walking around and trying to see who they can seek and devour. And if you don't want that attention, if you can politely decline it, or you can be just very I guess regurgitate the hostility back. But 9 out of 10, it's not going to end well if you do it the latter way.
Yeah.
Because it's a
Some men don't know how
society
to take
that built
rejection.
on it.
Yeah, some men they
They
don't know how to
don't
take.
know. Oh, I had a guy
The,
cuss me out on in a comment and a DM because I told him that I did not think that our energies would mesh well together, and I blocked him. And this fool somehow found a way to come back in my message after he got blocked and cuss me out because I blocked him. Isn't that something?
mm-hmm,
And he was from here. He's from here. That's a lot of energy.
that
It's
part.
scary.
Yeah, it is.
Scary.
Well, you know what? Actually, so this time we'll go on your channel, and you can have me over there.
Yes, definitely.
How does that sound?
That sounds great. I don't know about tonight. I have to figure out how to do this.
No,
I've
another
never
day.
done this. Yes, definitely. I need to learn how to do this. I love this forum.
Yeah, I got you. I'll teach you how to do it.
Yes, Queen. I appreciate that. And thank you for telling your testimony. We need to protect all members of our community, not just the men.
Yes.
We need to protect the women. We need to protect the trans women, the trans
Yes.
men. We need to
Uh-huh.
tell anybody fluid, the whole community, anybody in our community We need to protect us all and stop this hate and outright just depravity. It's depravity and the savage. We're proving them right. We are savages if we're continuing to do this.
Absolutely. And on that note, we are actually going to take it out from there. Thank you, LeBron, for coming. Let the people know where they can find you at.
Thank you so much, Queen. You can find me here on YouTube. My name is exactly how it's spelled on my YouTube, LeRon Hill. And you can also find me on Instagram at LeRon Brand. That's at LeronBrand. And support Queen Tulsa. Show some love to her Shopify account, her masks. It stops here.
It stops
Show
here.
some support and hit that like, subscribe, show her some love and support. Hit her up on Instagram at Goddess Tulsa, Queen Tulsa, at Goddess Queen Tulsa. And if you vibe with us, if you vibe for what we're working, striving to do, we're light workers. Join us. We're more stronger in numbers than divided.
All right. And on that note, we are out of here, guys. Bye.
Have a great night.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down, get you a beverage, prop your feet up or down. Now it's time to hit the like. Are you subscribed? Don't forget to